everything is working out correctly. I should be streaming to actually YouTube and Facebook alike. Unlike last night, ran into a little bit of an issue. So I didn't schedule this one ahead, just decided to pop in here to see if everything else is working correctly. Looks like it is. So tonight, I'm going to take a look at a beer from Bell's Brewing out of Michigan. And this is going to be a look at their whiskey barrel-aged cherry stout. Get my finger out the way there so you can see that a little easier. And this is their cherry stout aged in whiskey barrels. I'm trying to get it up there so it zooms in correctly from the camera. Do the old hand trick. See if that helps. Oh, this camera is so damn fickle. There we go. So there you can see that. Brewed and bottled by Bell's Brewery out of Michigan. What is up, Eric in the house? Cheers, my friend. Not found of this one. Now, did you have the barrel-aged one or the regular one? I actually did a review a while back on the base version, but this is the whiskey barrel-aged version. This one comes in at an ABV of 9.3%. Now, on the back of the label, they give you information, a little bit of a write-up. It may not show as clear coming through there. Down on the bottom, it actually tells you shelf life is unlimited and gives you the ABV and the package date. So this one was actually packaged December 5th of 2017. So we are actually looking 2 years, 4 months out. And with unlimited shelf life, we'll put that to the test right now. See how this one holds up. Aged for up to 12 months in whiskey barrels, our signature cherry stout evolves into something even more flavorful and complex. Notes of oak, vanilla, and dark chocolate are intertwined with tart Michigan cherries in a stout that seduces the palate. Now, offhand, I don't remember the base one all that much outside of it kind of feeling like chocolate-covered cherries when I drank it. So I didn't look back to see how I actually looked at that one. But let's get this one into a glass and see what Larry Bell and his crew came up with on the whiskey barrel version. Nice little pour in here. I'm not going to get much head, it looks like. About a quarter finger of a tan head out of the glass. Obviously, it's a stout, so you get that dark color to it. Kind of a mocha on the head when you look at the look there. Aroma-wise, definitely picking up some booziness, but I am picking up the tart cherries coming out rather easily. Aromatic for sure. A little bit of that chocolate in the back, again, kind of making me think of chocolate-covered cherries. A little bit of the oakiness of the barreling effect, a little bit of that whiskey. Often with those whiskey barreling type beers, you get a little tinge of vanilla, so I'm getting that as well. No Dirty Glass Mafia, right? Yeah, no Dirty Glass Mafia here, although the glass looks a little smudgy when you get it to the camera than it does in real life, but that's kind of interesting. I guess when you put the light on it. If they ever dust for fingerprints, they'll be right there on the glass. But yeah, kind of digging it. Got a little bit of that, like I said, that nice chocolate feel coming through, taste-wise. Get the cherry, get the chocolate. Not getting much of a tartness, which is fine because I don't like them overly tart. It has a nice balance, it seems, on the tartness. It is toned down a little bit. I've had a lot more cherry type beers that have a heavier tart appeal to it. So this one, it's got a little bit there, but for the person that doesn't like a lot of sour tartness, it's not as strong as some of the other ones you may find out there. Get a little bit of alcohol coming through. Picking up a little bit of the vanilla in the taste as well from the barreling. I will say I'm surprised. It does have a thinness to it that I wasn't expecting. I thought it might have a little more thicker of a body to it than it actually does. On the tongue, it's leaving that cherry flavor. little reminiscent of cough syrup, so to speak. What is going on, Gilbert? Cheers, my friend. It's got a nice aftertaste on it of that cherry, but in my mind, I do think something like a Robitussin or like a cherry cough drop or something along those lines. So it's got that little bit of medicinal feel to it. I would agree with you, EB. It's not really knocking me back too much. It definitely does what it's supposed to, but it feels more like a porter than it does a stout. Which we all know stouts are porters, but it's got too much of that thinnest quality, reminding me kind of that porter type feel. I would like it to be a little bit more heavier, and I wish it would have like a little bit of that kind of a roasty type feel to it, like you get on a stout usually. You're not picking that up really here as much. The cherry has a good amount of dominance, but again, it is called a cherry stout. And they do get the whiskey in there that they say from the whiskey barrel, and you do pick up some of those tones. Booziness isn't really overly boozy. You're not really feeling a lot of it. You pick up some more on the nose, like I mentioned earlier, than you actually do in the taste, so you can drink through it rather easily. Gilbert says drinking after working is going on. Yeah. Well, one a day, right? One a day. Doctors say you're good to do that. I was going to do just a recording. I said, oh, I'll go live in case somebody wants to pop on. I'll do a quick live one here. But I don't know if you felt if it was kind of syrupy as well, Brenner. And I'm saying Brenner now because I got Eric Gilbert and Eric Brenner, so I can't really use Eric to really stand out. But but if you've had this one, I know you've had this one. You know, did you feel it was kind of cough syrupy when you had it? Did it feel like that was coming through in your taste as well? And this isn't the first one I've had like this style where I've kind of had that cough syrup appeal, but it's definitely there. Like I said, it's not overpowering, just a little bit of a twinge or a tinge that kind of sticks out. Doesn't really feel as much of a full body, kind of a nice medium body beer. Can really feel it going down to the throat. As it warms up a little bit more now, I'm getting a little bit more of kind of that roasty feel coming through, which made it kind of more stout-like. Yeah, a little bit. Thought it was like cough syrup. Yeah, it has a cough syrup type tone to it in some respect. Yeah, well, yeah, I agree. It's not really wowing me. But I mean, it's hard for a brewer to wow you with everything. There's very few that kind of do that. You know, we know 450 North can wow you with some of their beers, although even you, I think, had one that you said you weren't as impressed with that we all liked. I think it was the blackberry one that time, and you know, other half they can wow you with a lot of their stuff. But it's hard for a brewery to wow you with everyone they put out. So, you know, you're allowed to have a few okay, so to speak, beers. So overall, Bell's is still a real good brewery. I've got my 2020 Oberon, so I'm going to enjoy that at some point, probably towards the weekend here. I might drink it on the Beer Flow show in a couple of nights as well. Had to make that pickup this past weekend. Still trying to find the Waldo's out there. Can't find a Waldo's near me, and everybody's telling me how good it is for 2020, so that hunt still continues. I don't know what was harder, finding the Waldo's or finding Carmen Sandiego. But yeah, it's almost got a little feel of like those little candies too, where it has like the cherry sauce, like the chocolate candies. It's got a little bit of that cherry type sauce in the middle or something. I'm getting that as well. Doctor said one after another is good for me. There you go. An Imperial Oberon. That would be interesting. Could you pull? I mean, you don't see a lot of Imperial lagers, although Jack's Abbey does some pretty good sized lagers, I believe, on what they're doing. So, I mean, I guess you could do somehow an Imperial lager, pale lager. I would definitely give it a try. I would like to try the jalapeno Oberon, but I think you actually have to be there at the brewery. And Eric, you know better than me. You actually have to be there, I think, in Michigan to actually get that. I think it's just like a brewery release, but the jalapeno one is always one that caught my eye. See, outstanding. Very good. There you go. I do have some jalapenos downstairs. I could cut them up and put them in here, but I don't think it would work that way. I don't think it would. Put some jalapenos on the rim of the glass. But overall, it still goes down. It's still decent enough that you can sit here and finish this one. Trying to think, what would I like to enjoy with this one if I had it with a dish right now. I'm thinking some type of glaze like pork loin would be good with this one. I can kind of see that working together. Which I don't know, might be hard to get pork now since some of these plants are getting COVID, whatever, coronavirus taking place. I think it might be called Uberon. And we never get it down here, which you would think we might get it in some places because they do keg it, so they can get it to like a Jungle Gyms or a Party Source or some of the bars if they want to put it on tap. I don't know if they actually do push that out. Might do a wine review as I got crap ton of bottles to return. Holy hell. You should do a wine review. That'd be interesting. I need to catch up on some of your stuff you've been putting up there too on some of your videos as well. I've been work and then doing some of this other stuff. I've actually got a thing on the blog that one company sent me for a blog post that I'm going to release here in a bit as well about gift baskets you can actually do. Give them a little press that I'll share out to Facebook and all that stuff. But yeah, I got the wine, I got the whiskey here. I thought about the whiskey reviews before. Trying to do something different. I just don't feel as comfortable getting into, I guess, describing the wines or describing the whiskeys. But at the same point, you started somewhere with the beer, right? So it would just be something different that you would be doing. So you can easily learn how to do that. I'd have to read up on it a little bit more. Well, it's not beer tasting, right? But as this one actually warms up again, it's getting a little smoother, but it's definitely not dropping that cough syrup type taste. But what's going on, Real Man Cook? Cheers, my friend. Well, have me some Guinness tonight and on some of Bush now. I'm just love beer. Me just love beer. Nothing wrong with that. Speaking of Guinness, I do need to try to get some more foreign extra stout if I can find it. There's only a few places I can get to. I have to go back over to Jungle Gyms to see if they have it because that's usually the best place to get it. I don't know if you ever had that, Roman Cook, but the foreign extra stout is my favorite Guinness they actually put out there. Once you kind of have that, it's hard to go back to Guinness Draft and go back to the other Guinness stuff just because that foreign extra stout, I believe, is on another level. Behind that, I like the Antwerpen. I also like the, I've had that Moon one now. That was actually decent. So they got a few different things. My wife actually is supposed to go to DC in a few months. We'll wait to see what happens with traveling and stuff, but she wants me to go if I go with her. If I do go, which I probably will this time, I'm definitely going to try to get down to the Guinness brewery over there in Baltimore. I got a Keystone Ice. Don't hate. We've all had Keystone Ice at one point or another, right? Haven't we? I don't know. I have. Just wanted something just a tad stronger tonight. Yeah. Well, I mean, last week I was drinking some of the Natter Days because I had a taste for them, just for something different. So, which is still weird that I like Natter Days, but I don't like the Shandies. It just happens to work out that way. Oh yeah, Wessenheimer is a good beer too. I definitely agree. It's funny you mentioned them, Real Man, because when we have Oktoberfest here, which we may not be having this year apparently, because I don't know if you guys saw or not, but Oktoberfest was canceled for Germany, so they're not actually having that one. So I don't know if we're going to have it in Cincinnati because we have the second biggest in the world behind them. So that may be canceled out later this year. But when they come over, that's one of the breweries that's always there as well that I check out. Cheers, Jeremy. Good to see you, my friend. Hopefully things are going well and everything is back mended on your end, or just about there from everything you guys had to deal with last week with the storms. Always good to see you. Oh my god, I had that one just a light up. Just a Keystone Light. I don't think I've had an actual Keystone Light in a while, but I've had the ice since that point more. What's the ice one compared to the light? Big difference. Thank you, Jeremy. Jeremy says hit that like. Eric says, what up, Jeremy? There's not much, my friend. Hope all is well. Up your way. I see you're over the 1,200 mark, Rock. Congrats, man. Or 1.2K mark. Yeah, thanks. I appreciate that. Yeah, it was like, I think it was like 1,220 or 1,221 or something now. But it's all a gradual process building forward. Just trying to do what we can do. And I forgot where you're at now, Eric, as well. But you're like, what are you like, in 1,400 or something maybe? Roman Cook like water. Yeah, it pretty much is like Coors Light. You drink a Coors Light, it's like you're drinking pretty much just water out the tap. So, I would say Miller Lite has more body than Coors Light does if you're drinking a light beer. Oh, 11 cents. So I'm ahead of you now? I thought you were always ahead of me. I think you should go back, by the way, and do some more beer reviews like it was mentioned. I think that would be something cool to actually do on your channel. What's up, Magnets? I got you, man. Yeah, I told Blake, I don't know if you reached out to him or not, but I told him you apologized for the stuff there. I mean, it happens, I guess. I mean, you gotta just be careful. And I didn't know what was all going on there. I don't know if you guys had stuff in the past that happened, but I myself try to stay out of the fray of the YouTube drama, so to speak. But I told him, I messaged with him yesterday, and we were talking. I said, well, yeah, Magnus sent me a thing saying he apologized for all that. And I don't think he saw it if you did try to reach out to him, but he was thankful that you did say something there as well. So, all things can be mended that aren't broken, right? So, with all the shit going on right now, it ain't really even worth having beefs with people. I'm still getting people messaging me on comments because apparently they were upset with the beer hooligan, which I know nothing about either, really. I have a few things that were sent my way, but like, why are people still messaging me about it? The show was already over. I only know from my perspective on stuff, life's too short to get caught up in all those drama type things. Yeah, I'll let him know you tried then if he didn't see it for sure. All good, Magnus. I wasn't sure what was going on. Jeremy, me and you both were like lost during the whole time. Like, what's happening here? We have no idea. Even Beck's Dark is hard to find. I actually think they don't make Beck's Dark anymore. I think someone had told me they don't make that at this point, so that's why we can't really find it. We can still get regular Beck's where I'm at. If I go to one of the stores, it's called Party Town. They actually will still carry Beck's. I think Jungle Gyms will carry Beck's as well. Possibly Party Source, but a lot of your other ones don't really have that in there. The demand just isn't there. Yeah, I agree. It was a good beer, and it's just one of those things. If it came out now again, it probably would do okay because I mean, tastes have changed for people, palates have changed. When they took it off the market, everybody was kind of more, I think, in that lager type stuff too. Before a lot of the craft beer really started to get a hold of a lot of people. So here, that's not me being childish. I put it on the comment on the video. Yeah, I mean, at this point, I'm already past it, but, if you guys squash it between you guys and that's cool, then you're good to go from there. People have no taste. True. There's a lot of people that have no taste, so... Well, I say they have no taste, but I joke, but people drink what they're accustomed to or what they're used to, and A lot of people don't get out of the box. It's like when people go to a restaurant, some people order the same thing every time on the menu. And it's like, why don't you ever try this or why don't you ever try that? And they're like, well, I'm comfortable. I know what I'm getting with this one. But think of the things you may be missing because you're not expending it. Or you're not extending your taste. You're not extending your universe. So I try to try different things myself. I've been drinking some farmhouse ales, drank 2 retired beers in the past 2 days. Yeah, I do like a good saison at times. I don't think I've had a saison probably now 2 or 3 months, if that. I'm trying to think of the last saison I had. It's definitely been a while. I'll pick up some more. I'll pick it up now as we get into more of the later spring and going into the summer. That nice, refreshing beer to have. I would definitely go ahead and give it a shot at that point again. And there's some good ones that are being made for sure. Well, if these breweries can reopen and do some stuff and they stay open, there's some good ones that are being made. Been going outside the box, lol. That's good. Like I said, expand that universe. That's how you get all different tastes on things. Jeremy said, it's cool, Magnus. I hope we were all good. Like I said, wasn't about sure what it was all about. Yeah. Yeah, me too. I'm with you right there, Jeremy. Like lagers, malt liquors, IPAs, stouts, etc. You are a fan of a lot of them, Eric. That's for sure. All over the map. What's that? Let me try it. What's that? Let me try it. Drink what they can afford. Don't become a true beer lover for taste and body. Well, I enjoy. Some people are limited on what they can afford, I guess you can say. But I like to be that true person as well. I like the beer because of the taste of it. There was a question earlier that was posted on Twitter where someone was asking if the non-alcoholic beer could be made just as good as the alcoholic beer. Do you think you would buy more of that type thing? And I don't know how much more I would buy of it. I don't buy any of it now, so anything I did buy would be a step up. But I would buy some of it. Sometimes you're like at work, you can't have a beer, but you're having a burger. It'd be nice to have like a non-alcoholic beer that tastes like a nice medium full body type beer, that you could actually sit and enjoy. So I like dark, some pales and IPAs. Yeah, I'm with there as well. My top style is more the Belgian ales. I like the doubles, the triples, the quads. Anything from Belgium, I'm pretty much going to give it a try to. But behind that, I like the stouts. I like IPAs. I've gotten more into some of the Schwartz beers as I've had them, and also the Rausch beers, which is a style that isn't being made by everybody, but there are more people doing it now. I also like some of the saisons. The only style I don't like, and if you haven't seen the show before, is usually shandies. I'm not a big fan of shandies. Don't know why. I don't get along with them. Jerry, I drink any beer I can get my hands on. LOL. Hey, my favorite beer is the one I got right now. Speaking to the non-alcoholic beers, I dig that O'Doul's Amber. Yeah, you're big on the O'Doul's Amber for sure. But I don't know if I've had that in a long time, if ever. I can't remember if I have had that, but they've been doing it for a while. One of the guys that used to frequent a bar I used to go to, he was not really a drinker, but he would come hang out with people, and he would drink the O'Doul's as well. So he was a fan of them. They would keep it in stock just for him. Beer without alcohol? Nah, pass. LOL. Well, like some people said, they don't want the effects of the beer. They want the taste of the beer. If they're a true, taste type person, but they don't want to have the effects and stuff like that. So I can understand that. Like I said, if I'm at work or something and I want to have like a non-alcoholic beer with a sandwich, it would be great. I don't pick and choose if it sounds good and it has a great description. I like buying beers that are limited or that are retired, but it's spendy. Oh, it can run you some dollars getting some of the beers for sure. And it's kind of interesting, when I go out and I buy the beers, appeal of the beer does matter because that's what's going to catch my eye first. So sometimes some of the crazier type labels might get my eye. Actually, some of the classic style labels will too. So that's your first look at it. And then as you kind of see what kind of style it may be and what it might be listed on the can, that's what's going to draw me in there. So marketing of the beer does matter. And that's where people get their first appeal to take a look at something. unless you're like know enough about beer that you kind of say, oh, this is from, you know, Alesmith or something. You're like, well, Alesmith, you know they make good beers. You're going to go ahead and pick it up probably. I mean, they could probably put theirs like in a paper bag and people will still buy it. Yuengling Black and Tan, always a good choice for me. That is my favorite common, I guess you can say, Yuengling beer. Because Yuengling, if you're in PA, you get more access to some of their beers. But around the other states, it's usually their lager, their Black and Tan. They have their light out now. They did that Golden Pilsner. There's like another one I think are the ones they usually have, but the Black and Tan is always the one I always prefer. And I went back years drinking that. Growing up initially in New Jersey, later in high school, we would get some of the PA stuff there, obviously, so we would drink Yuengling. And then going to college at West Virginia, which is 75 miles south of Pittsburgh, we would drink Yuengling there at times too. So me and Yuengling go way back, but the Black and Tan is definitely the one I enjoyed the most from them. Eric said, Jeremy, try Old Duel's Amber. You'll be surprised. And Jeremy said, okay, I will try it sometime. What is up, Flo? Flo Rider Hillbilly in the house. Cheers, my friend. And says, cheers to everyone. That's my homie down there in Florida, who is also my mountaineer brother as well. So good to see you, my friend. And if you guys like fishing, make sure you check out Flo Rider. He does a lot of fishing on his channel. I think like every weekend, ever since you got the boat, you've been fishing, it seems. Oh, but it don't taste the same. Yeah. Jeremy said, cheers to Flo. And Magnus says, love the Yuengling Black and Tan. Just went through a 12-pack I had in a COVID stash. They go down rather easily, too. And I don't think the ABV, from what I remember, isn't it really that high on their Yuengling beer. So I'm thinking you're probably around 5.5 or something like that. So you're not really looking at a lot with the ABV, which is nice. Good stuff, definitely. Or the thing next to it gets you looking. At hot wings and you're a happy man. Yeah, you could throw down wings, some you know, with the Black and Tan, if you get like some of the thinking of the wings, like I'm thinking of some of the if it's something like BW3, like their Thai chili type flavor, I like that with the Black and Tan. But if you want something like a little bit of that sweetness being drawn out as well, that really matches up with some of the sweetness from that malt in that beer. I've been looking at the porter they have. Yeah, you should definitely check it out. I haven't seen the porter here. I know there's other spots that do get it. You know, like I said, in PA, you can get it. Yuengling has a porter. They also got that one at Lord Chesterfield, but I think you have to be in PA for that a lot of people seem to like when they've tried it. The thrill of the hunt. Yes, it is. It's fun finding all these different beers that are out there for sure. But there also is the agony defeat as well, because you'll buy some beers, and let's face it, they're not all winners. Some will leave you yearning for more, even if it is a craft beer. Hell yeah, go Mountaineers. That's right, baby. I gotta tell you, it was the other day I was actually working, and I have TV on working in here at the house, and we had Gordon Gee on there from WVU, was on the morning news, and they were talking about the whole COVID thing and how schools are going to react and stuff. So Gordon Gee is actually the chancellor or the president at WVU now. So it's kind of interesting. He was there with all the WVU stuff around him and stuff, and national news. So that was pretty awesome. Let's see here. Red Label. Yeah, I know they have a porter. I just haven't seen it. Flo says I fish every weekend. My wife is going to kill me. But at least she knows where you're at. You're out fishing, right? So some wives don't even know where their husbands are, and they're the ones that get in trouble all the time. Need a whole bunch of beer tonight. Who wants to bring me some? What is going on, Tunas? Cheers, my friend. Did you run out of beer there? Flo said he has you covered, and Tuna says he will leave the door unlocked. That beer or wine in that glass. No, this is actually the cherry stout, the whiskey barrel in the glass. So this is actually a beer in the glass here. This was actually the beer I discussed early in the video. And with these channels, if you've never seen it before, Real Men, I actually, first 10 minutes, we'll talk about the beer and then do a chat with everybody afterwards. So that's the beer I actually did earlier. That's in the glass here. And this one is kind of like a wider tulip type glass, but it's designed to really try to hold in more of the aroma. And for some of your larger ABVs, kind of, it's like a mix between like a snifter and a tulip. So that's why I have it in there. A good Merlot too. I haven't had a Merlot in a while, but I do like Merlot. I would say wine-wise, my favorite wine style is usually Shiraz. I think I've gotten more into that. I used to be a Cab guy, so Cab used to be the one I enjoyed the most. But I should do some more wines. I just haven't gotten into it. Some of the wines now are kind of interesting because they're actually getting barrel aged, which is kind of neat. So I actually got one for my wife, a bottle, and it was, I forgot who made it, but it was a Cab that was barrel aged in some of the oak barrels. So that was pretty neat. Flo said Gordon is the man. And maybe I'll just break out the mason jar and see how much I can get through before going completely blind. A little bit of that shine, get that shine on. Yeah, and I'm live streaming. She can see who's with me, right? So, yeah, so you know, you're doing everything safe, so you're all in the right spot there. And Flo says, "Hey Todd, Todd come in." Oh, Todd is in. Todd said, "What's happening, everyone? What is going on?" Todd, cheers, my friend. And I like my beer filtered through a thumper and a worm. Wine makes me ill. And then Todd said, "What up, Flo?" And I'm a little slow on second dab before bed. There you go. Yeah, hopefully everything is still going good with you there, Flo. As you, I know you were taking after, I think for some medical type stuff. And then that's been actually helping you through that, I believe. So that's awesome. Yes, the shine, right? I'm a shiner. Roman says I need some. Distilling is fun and dangerous and illegal. Well, yeah, but isn't it kind of only illegal if you get caught, maybe? If you don't get caught, is it still illegal? I don't know. Is it? Maybe. There used to always be a fun saying in New Jersey. It's only legal if you get caught. Let me see here. It says, I need sweet feed, have no horses, LOL. I only make lawnmower fuel, that's what Tuna says. So it's got to be some potent shine you got there then. Pretty potent. And you just tap the first 16 ounce off and all good. Yeah. Get that first 16 down, then you're just rolling, right? Let me see. What's going on, Samson? It's been a while. Just curious, are you still a member of the Rare Beer Club? Will we see any reviews? Actually, it's funny. So, no, I haven't been a member of the Rare Beer Club since the year before last, I guess you can say. So it's been like 2 years. And the reason I'm not in there now is they stopped delivering to Kentucky. And if you remember when they had the mail bomber that happened in Austin, at that point, because Kentucky used to have it where you couldn't send alcohol in, they reenacted it where you couldn't send alcohol. What that had to do with the mail bomber, no idea whatsoever. But when they did that, we got an email from them saying we couldn't deliver to Kentucky anymore because of the new law that went in place. So I had to have for a while my buddy in Ohio that was sending to his house, and he would bring it to work for me. And then once that membership went off, I just stopped doing it. So I can't get like them. I can't get Devore. I can't get a few of these other ones. But I do have some different beers I need to try that I had gotten, I think, from them that were actually more barrel-aged type stuff. So I still have some in the cellar that I haven't opened up yet. So you will see some reviews of those at some point here. Everything I kind of got boxed up that's not in the cooler is pretty much bombers, big bombers. I just haven't gotten to a point where I wanted to hit like a 22 ounce bomber on a video or bigger. Some of them like 25. I got like a 50 something ounce bottle that was from Stone when they had done a celebratory beer as well. So I've got some big bottles in there. I just haven't gotten around to doing them yet. Yes, never drink the heads unless you like turpentine. Oh, Blake says, cheers, everyone. Cheers, my friend. Welcome, buddy. Hope all is well. So, Blake, I actually talked to the people at GridFam today, and they were telling me, I guess there's some issues taking place with Chrome. So they wanted me to try on a different browser. I haven't downloaded it yet, but I'm going to try to see if I can get that set. And if you're freed up, maybe tomorrow, so I can reach out to you and try that thing again. So I'm trying to get the GridFam to work. I did that video a while back for the people watching, and there's actually a service they actually do that's kind of like StreamYard, except you can do more stuff where you broadcast it through OBS. So I'm trying to see if I can get that to work. But every time we try to do it, me, Blake, Jeremy, try to do it, we couldn't see each other. You could just see the names of the other people. It was a black screen where their camera was supposed to be. So I don't know fully what's taking place on that. I just got to mess with it one more time. And I told him if it ain't that, then I'm done with it. I mean, it's too much work to try to put into it if your stuff's not going to be able to work right now. Then I'll do another video about, hey, I tried to use this thing, it didn't work. So I told him either it works and I do a good video or it doesn't work and it's not going to be a good video. So let me see here. Yes, this is true. No mass within a certain distance from a still, illegal to transport, legal to make, but not legal to possess for medicinal purposes. I own a water purifying machine. Yeah, it's all illegal for the distill. I mean, I'm in Kentucky. I'm in a moonshine state, so it's definitely illegal unless you get a license. Down in Tennessee, illegal as well, but there were a couple guys that got actual licenses to produce legally for the moonshine. But yeah, anybody that runs a distillery under the table, yeah, it's illegal, and you may get a visit from the feds over that. Arizona, what is going on, my friend? What is happening out in your neck of the woods? Cheers, buddy. And Blake said, got you, but yeah, so yeah, I'll let you know if it doesn't work. I don't do good videos all the time. LOL. Oh, Real Man said, great stream, my friend. Have a good night. I shall return. Yeah, Real Man, definitely return. If you haven't subbed, hit that sub button. Look forward to talking to you some more. I think I got you down on your channel as well, because I do want to check out some of the food stuff too. So yeah, appreciate you definitely swinging in, my friend. To this, I'm not going to lie, I have run a push mower for a while on some before LOL. Blake says, smash that like. Always appreciate the likes and the thumbs up. That makes the YouTube machine happy, happy, happy. But yeah, so before I get off of here or sign off, and anybody else drinking anything out there? Anybody want to share what they're actually enjoying tonight? I don't know if Blake, if you're enjoying a little of the Royal and the Coke, or maybe you went back to the vodka and water. You get a federal license to make biofuel. Only so much a year, and don't get caught drinking it. Yeah. I don't think you want to ask anybody for a light either if you're a smoker when you're making biofuel. Yeah. Yeah, beer is the only one. Well, I guess wine you can actually, I don't know what the limits are for wine if people want to make wine. With beer, it's 100 gallons per adult in the house. So if you're married, you can make, legally, you're supposed to make 200 gallons. I think people can make definitely more than that, of course. I don't know if wine has anything as far as a limit, how much you can actually make of that. Sour Monkey, 9.5, Brett Triple. I've definitely had the Sour Monkey, and that is a good one as well. And that one will get you where you want to go, as also pretty decently if you have a couple of those. V&W 420 and hamburgers with pickles and cheese. Got the munchies going. Oh, I think I was going to make hamburgers tomorrow for dinner, but I think I'm going to actually make some fish, but then maybe the next night make some hamburgers. Have 95% pure grain coffee right now. You drinking coffee this late? You're kind of like Erie, which Erie's not on here tonight. She'll be like, how did I miss a stream again? But she drinks coffee up into the night and then goes to sleep like a baby, she says. And one small pandemic and Blake goes completely off his diet. Drinking some Utah's finest High West. Nice. Says Stevie, you the man. Yeah, shit hits the fan and Blake goes a little crazy. But tomorrow night will be Wednesday. I haven't heard from Mike yet, but I'm pretty much sure that he's going to be having What the ABV tomorrow. So if you guys haven't checked out Beer Chugs, that's always a fun one. Even if you're not playing in the game, just to partake in it is actually a pretty fun time as well. So that's at 9 o'clock Eastern usually. And I may go on there tomorrow again. I'm trying to see if other people want to go on, and I'll sit out because I've been on most of them, I think. But it is definitely growing, which is great. So it's a fun little time, get together, have a few beers. 5-time champ, maybe. I don't know, maybe. I got to get there. So, 4 is a nice number. You can square it by 2. It's solid. There's different ways to get to 4. I hate federal prison, or would I send you some, or I would send you some Blake and Rod. Yeah. Nobody wants to end up going there, but yeah, well, even if you got a cot next to Weinstein, it's not like he can hook you up with anything, and you don't want one next to Cosby because you don't know what's going to happen when you fall asleep there. So, on the straight whiskey diet, whiskey, low calories. When I used to actually lift weights and stuff back in the day, it's like I would drink whiskey at the time because it was actually less calories and stuff, which I need to work out again and start lifting, which our gyms are closed right now, but I don't know, they might be opening up here in a few weeks or something, hopefully. It's kind of funny this week that Georgia's going to be opening up some of their businesses, but it's like massage parlors, nail salons, hairdressers, and gyms, and it's just like all the stuff where people are bumping into you or touching you, so it's kind of interesting. Cheers, everyone. Like I said, I fucked up, and that's on me. Okay, Magnet. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know if you saw Blake was here and stuff, so yeah. That way, I told Blake you apologize for that, and, I do know how to get to northern Colorado, though, LOL. Well, there you go. Blake will meet you. Hey, what's happening, Vanessa? Cheers, my friend. Good to see you. Vanessa says hi, all, and that she has arrived. And Steven says hello to Vanessa as well. And Blake says to Tunis, bear might not allow. It's up to the bear. And then Blake said cheers to miscellaneous as well. So, yeah. So I feel like life's too short not to squash some of the bullshit that takes place, right? So, and then Blake said cheers to Vanessa. And then Magnus says, I'm out. I'll see you guys in a comment on that stream. Cheers, my friend. Good seeing you. And speaking of which, I think I'm going to actually get ready to shut this down because I was going to get on for a little bit than the beer, but I'm glad everybody popped in. Tonight went a lot better than last night. I don't know. Last night was kind of weird. People were seeing it on Facebook, and then YouTube wasn't getting it, so I had to rerun it back on the YouTube. But it was fun, and wanted to put up something tonight to make sure things were going smooth and copacetic, which they seem to be going right now. So definitely great there. But my glass is empty, and I am going to go ahead and I think jump on the gaming channel for a little bit of time before I hit the bed. But thanks for everyone that tuned in. And then tomorrow, we'll end up popping in another beer. It'll probably be closer to around 8 o'clock, just so you guys know. Because, like I said, Beer Chugs will be going at 9. So it gives me time to do this before that and kind of play the lead in there as well. But Gilbert says, cheers, fools. Good night and stay safe. And you all as well. Be careful out there. Well, I don't know if your areas are opening up or anything like that. If they are and you're going out, just be careful. And I look forward to catching you guys next time Keep drinking those good craft beers. Remember, there's always time. Get your beer on. Cheers.